Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Mike. And we are here with the world of upside-down houses, part 2. So we already learned a little bit about them. Tell the folks, what is an upside-down house? I think they know, but...
Well, basically when something is upside down, you're turning it from right side up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, normally, if you have an upside-down house, something has probably gone very wrong. Maybe a typhoon came and flipped your house upside down, or an earthquake or something like that. Maybe Godzilla grabbed your house and he's just shaking it around. This doesn't normally happen in a good way in the real world, but there are places where people have made upside-down houses for people to visit and have fun in. And one of the main things they do is take pictures in the upside-down houses. I like the one about holding on to a bed or chair and looking like you're floating away. That sounds like a fun thing to do. All right, so today we're going to be learning more about upside-down houses. We're going to be talking about where in the world you can go to visit one of these places. And the other thing I was thinking of was, what would it be like to bring a cat or a dog into an upside-down house? Do you think they would be confused the way people are?
Yes,
Yeah?
and I think that might be really mean.
Well, I don't know.
They
would
don't
be
know
safe.
why, but they don't know why the world is upside down.
That's true, but I would be with my cat and my cat could see me and see that I'm the same. I'm not upside down. I think that would be a very interesting thing to do.
It might drive them crazy.
It might make them just run out right away. But anyways, there are lots of things you could do in upside down houses, and as we're going to find out, lots of places you can go to try it out yourself. So let's check it out.
There are upside-down houses in many parts of the world. The first one is in Poland. The house is at an angle, so people have to climb through a window to enter.
Today we are on day 2 of our article, The World of Upside Down Houses. And yesterday we talked about some of the things we could do at an upside down house, the fun things that we can do. But where can we find an upside down house, Mike?
That's a big question, and I want to know, because the more I read about them, the more I would like to visit them, to have that funny feeling when I first walk in, and then to get used to it and to take some fun photos too. So yes, let's find out where to go. It says there are upside down houses in many parts of the world. Well, that's good news. If they are in many parts of the world, there are many upside down houses, and you don't have to go far to find one. It says the first one is in Poland. Wow, I don't know if that's the very first one ever created or the first one we're talking about today, but it is in the European country of Poland. A lot of you might know this country. It's right there between Germany and Russia, a pretty big country. Poland, the capital city is Warsaw. There's a lot of cool things to do in Poland and great food, including upside down houses, not food. It's just a great thing to do in Poland, and then after you can have the great food.
I wonder if you can have the great food in the upside down house.
You might want to be careful with that because it might fall off your fork and land on the... I'm confused again. All right, while we think about how to eat in an upside down house, let's go over to Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的文法重点。A part of place， 某地的一区。Part 指的是部分、区域。我们来看看这个例句。This is a part of the city I don't know well。这是我不太熟的一个市区地段。The first one is， 第一个是什么 ？First 指的是第一个的 ，one 是代名词。我们来看看这个例句。Bill has 2 cats. The first one is black. Bill 有2只猫，第一只是黑色的。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So, we're going to go to Poland to check out an upside-down house. What will we see when we get there?
Well, the house is at an angle. So people have to climb through a window to enter.
Whoa, all right, my brain already hurts.
Well, this is kind of weird. Why do you have to climb through a window to get in, though?
I don't know. It would seem that... Oh, because the door is too high.
Yes. Well, what if you open the door and then you climb?
You'd have to climb over the door because the door would go from there to here, and that would... Oh, this is very clever. Okay.
So to get into this upside down house, we have to climb. And basically to climb something is you're trying to get up somewhere. You want to climb up the mountain or you climb stairs. You're trying to get to a higher place.
Exactly right. In this case, you have to climb through a window. And if we go through something, we're using some kind of opening to go from one side of a thing to the other side of a thing. A lot of you might know that if you're driving in a car and there's a big mountain, well, you probably don't have to drive your car way over the top of the mountain. You can drive through the mountain using that special road called a tunnel. Or if you have a bracelet or something and you're putting it on to wear it, you have to put your hand through the bracelet to go from one side to the other, and then it will be on your wrist. So to go from one side to the other for people, well, the easiest way to go from one side of a wall to the other is through the door. But in an upside-down house, the door will be too high, so you have to go through or climb through the window to enter that room.
Okay, so when you are entering something, you are going into a place, from one place to another. So usually you will enter a room, you will enter a house, and when you're going into a specific area, that's also entering. So you'll enter the school grounds.
Exactly right. And yes, sometimes we can use that almost as the noun. An entrance is the way we enter or go into a place. Let's go over to Tina right now.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 climb 动词爬 Lucy climbed up the tree to get her kite. Lucy 爬上树去拿她的风筝。Through 介系词经过越过 The dog ran through the park quickly. 那只狗快速地穿越公园。Enter 动词进入 The teacher entered the classroom quietly. 老师安静地走进教室。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back, and now it's the second part of the article coming up. Let's go check that out, and then we will be back to talk about it with you guys.
In the U.S., people can walk through an upside-down White House. It has many famous rooms. One of them is the Oval Office. Taiwan even had an upside-down house for a while. It had 3 floors and a garage with an upside-down car. With upside-down houses, you can see the world in a new way.
All right, we are back talking about upside-down houses. The first one we went to was in Poland. Very interesting. It's at an angle, and you have to climb into it through a window. Now, the second upside-down house we're going to look at, I'm not sure you want to climb through a window into this house. You might get in trouble with the police very quickly, climbing through a window of the White House.
What?
Yes.
Well, let's get back to the article to see where we're going.
Yeah.
In the US, people can walk through, okay, this time you can walk.
Okay.
Walk through an upside down White House.
Wow, very interesting. Does it have an upside down Trump? I'm not sure. The interesting thing is his hair would look the same. His hair wouldn't fly.
Well, I'm sure the White House feels pretty upside down right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does in many ways. Now, this upside down White House in the US, It's not the real one. It has many famous rooms. Of course, yes, the White House is a famous old building. Presidents have lived there for hundreds of years, I think, or about. And it has many famous rooms. And one of them, as the article says, is the Oval Office. That, of course, is a real room in the real White House. I think it's where the president does a lot of his official work. And
That's
when
right.
he has visits from other world leaders, they always have pictures in the White House. So it is definitely a famous room. So it would be kind of cool to be walking around and have a picture of yourself in an upside down Oval Office, because it is such a famous room in a famous building, the White House. If something is famous, it is well known by lots of people. It might not be popular, but if you ask people about it, they go, oh yeah, I've heard of that. I know that place. I know that thing. I know that famous event from history, something like that. Of course, celebrities, movie stars, pop stars, sports stars can be famous, but so can world leaders, scientists, almost anyone who has done something that gets them a lot of attention, especially in a country or around the world, could be described as famous. You know who's really famous?
Who?
Tina.
That's right.
So let's go over to her now.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 famous 形容词知名的 Emily wants to visit a famous museum next week. Emily 下周想去参观一个知名的博物馆。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, welcome back. So we've been to an upside down house in Poland.
Yes.
We've been to the upside down White House.
Da-da-da-da.
Now, did you know there was one in Taiwan?
There's one in Taiwan?
Well, Taiwan even had an upside down house for a while.
Wait, had for a while?
Yeah.
Aww.
I'm guessing it's gone now.
I guess so, if it's in the past tense. I'm sad.
But it was pretty big.
Okay.
It had 3 floors and a garage with an upside down car.
Wow, that's almost as cool as an upside down White House. How do you get to the top floor? I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the
the
first floor
car?
would be there, the third floor, the car. Wow. I'm sad that this isn't something that we can visit today. Imagine going into a garage and seeing a car over your head. That would actually make me a bit nervous.
Well, we know that I love cars and I love having a nice garage.
Would you like to work in an upside down garage? Ow, that thing just hit me on the head.
Yeah, no.
Could be dangerous.
So a garage is basically a house or a building where you can put your car inside, where you can park your car, and you can work inside as well. So usually you will have your toolboxes, your tool carts, and sometimes people use their garage as a storage space.
You can put your bike and all of your garden stuff in the garage. Of course, if you have a house, it might be one separate building kind of on the side of the house. Or we also use that in Taiwan. More people will have a big garage under the building where you can park many cars. But yeah, it's a bedroom for your car, for it to, sleep and have a rest.
And you know what? Nowadays, it's popular to make garages into bedrooms.
Wow, that's something you could do if you don't have a car. That would be really useful. All right, let's go over to Tina, and then we'll be back.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 garage 名词车库 Tom parked his bike in the garage. Tom 把他的脚踏车停在车库里。文法的部分刚刚提到了 for a while 一会儿一阵子 while 表示一段时间固定用单数。我们来看看这个例句 Kevin rested for a while before going back to work. Kevin 休息了一会儿，然后才回去工作。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So as we reach the end of the article, we read, with upside down houses, you can see the world in a new way. Yes, you will definitely be seeing the world in a new way. Everything that is up is now down, and down is now up, and that would confuse your brain and maybe make you feel a little sick. But it would also be very, very cool and interesting.
I'm still really confused. I'm not sure if Mike, maybe you would want to visit one. I'm not sure if I'll visit one.
I'm still trying to figure out how you climb the stairs in the upside-down house if the stairs start up there.
Like monkey bars?
I don't know. I'm not Spider-Man. I can't climb walls. We have to think about this or maybe even visit one. So hopefully we'll see you guys fooling around in an upside-down house sometime. Anyways, but for now, we're going to review the article one more time and we will see you back here next time when everything will be back the right way it should be.
Are we upside down?
Probably. Uh-oh.
There are upside-down houses in many parts of the world. The first one is in Poland. The house is at an angle, so people have to climb through a window to enter. In the US, people can walk through an upside-down White House. It has many famous rooms. One of them is the Oval Office. Taiwan even had an upside-down house for a while. It had 3 floors and a garage with an upside-down car. With upside-down houses, you can see the world in a new way.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，climb 动词爬 ，through 介系词经过、越过 ，enter 动词进入 ，famous 形容词知名的 ，garage 名词车库。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，a part of place 某地的一区 ，What part of town do you live in？ 你住在镇上的哪一区？ The first one is 第一个是 Zach has 3 kids. The first one is a boy. Zach 有3个小孩，第一个是男孩。For a while 一会儿一阵子。Anne slept for a while after lunch. Anne 在午饭后睡了一下。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法。那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Hey, it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
And today, we are going to the zoo.
Dun, 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 dun. But before we go inside, we have to get our tickets. There are 2 ways we can buy our tickets. You can go to the ticket booth, or you can go to the ticket vending machine for those of us who don't like to talk to people.
Let's go.
Woo!
There are several different types of admission tickets that you could choose from.
The first one being the general admission. Those are for anyone over the age of 12. Then, of course, you have your resident ticket. That is if you have a local city ID, you get a discount. And for an even bigger discount, you can get a discount admission ticket. Those are for children between the ages of 6 and 11, or for those who have a student ID.
But there's even a cheaper way. What's cheaper than discount? Free. So some people qualify to get into the zoo for free. For example, if you are indigenous and over 55 years old, and even for senior citizens or disabled people. There are lots of different qualifications that you can look out for. We've got our tickets.
Let's go in.
Wait, Winnie, before we go in, don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
And you should also send us a DM or an email if there's something you want to say in English, but you just don't know how. Kiki, anything you want to say?
Oh, I'm super excited to see the clouded leopards.
Kiwi later.